I find it interesting that here we are, less than 100 days until the presidential election for the year 2016, and there are those of you out there who have still been kept in the dark by the media and by other forces at large to make you totally unaware of all of the other candidates that are running for the presidency. I myself have been running for about a year now. Matter of fact, today makes 1 year since I declared my candidacy, yet you still fall for the two-party mind game of the Republicans versus the Democrats, which really equals a government structure that doesn't care about you anymore, though they would have you believe otherwise. Listen, folks, I'll be very honest and forthcoming here. Unless you are part of the big banking machine, the very machine that Bernie Sanders railed against, the very machine that has propped up Hillary Clinton, and the very machine that Donald Trump has profited off of the backs of folks worldwide. Unless you're part of that machine, they do a very good job at making sure that you're not aware of who else you have to choose from. Because of the fact that the Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, and the Constitution talks so much about you having the power to vote in those folks that you want to handle your affairs. For the last 20 or 30 years, a two-party system has constructed an infrastructure that prevents individuals like myself, like Lloyd Kelso, like Jill Stein, like Gary Johnson, and so many others from seeking the candidacy for the presidency without being a party to their machine. In other words, they don't want you to vote for a person that you think can lead you. They want you to vote for a party. And there are multiple parties out here. We're now getting into a situation where the American people are becoming a little fed up, a lot fed up. We've come to a point where our divisions have been exposed. We have come to a point where all of the ugly underbelly of America is being exposed and exploited by the very party that wishes to continue the systems that created them in the first place and maintains them. My name is John Fitzgerald Johnson, and I have been running for the presidency for about a year. Do not confuse me with Gary Johnson. I am nothing like Mr. Johnson, though I respect anyone who has the courage to step into this particular race. If you go to my website, onlywecanfixus.com, you'll see that I've been around for a while. Yet a media blackout against all independent candidates, because at this point the media is paid to lift up certain candidates and ignore others. You will find that I and a few other folks have been diligently seeking your votes now for about a year. Do not fall for the mental game that, if you vote for an independent, you're going to dilute the vote. No, you're going to spoil the game that they've been running on you. If you don't know us, it's because you don't see us. And you don't see us because an institution that you had nothing to do with setting up, called the Commission on Presidential Debates, makes decisions on who gets in front of the American people. That doesn't sound American at all. They establish thresholds and rules that keep independents out. The states participate by coming up with rules that prevent independents from getting on the ballot. And even if they do, the rules are not applied to the two major parties that are running everything. They're granted automatic ballot access. However, my co-running partner, Lloyd Kelso, and myself have been successful in getting ourselves on 47 ballots, which is something that a lot of independents, not even Gary Johnson and Jill Stein, that are being lifted up by the media, can say that they have done. So even if you don't know who we are, when you go into the booth on November, you will find our names listed on the ballot. You will find you have another choice. What does that mean? Well, let's talk about that for a second. How can you elect someone to the office of the presidency who's not backed by one of these two parties? And they use keywords like major parties or we're legitimate parties and so forth. These are buzzwords to make you think that anything else is not. This is not true. I have searched the Constitution from one end to the other, and I do not see anywhere in there where it says that you ought to be beholden to a two-party system. Folks, listen. If you really want to make change, then change. Do not vote for an individual because of the color of their skin. Do not vote for an individual because of a party affiliation. Vote for the person who actually has a hand on the pulse of what's wrong with this country, and who you actually believe can make a change that will not only help just you and your demographic, but everyone. until we can learn to tolerate our differences and come together as what the name of this country is so proudly lifted up, as the United States, we will never be as such. And the world will continue to sit back and look at us and ridicule us because we have become hypocritical. We have become a joke. And this floor show that you're falling for between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton is nothing more than another game of distraction. Listen, folks, they're the same team. At the congressional level, we have gridlock because of this entire system. Whereas if we were truly to elect people who actually believed in the tenets of the Constitution and who believed in being fair and who believed in voicing the concerns of the people and who could engage in relevant dialogue to have compromises that are not promoting an imperialistic agenda, then maybe we could get somewhere. My name is John Fitzgerald Johnson, and I am running for the office of the presidency of the United States. However, I've joined with Lloyd Kelso of North Carolina, and I've agreed to be his vice president if he would run in that particular capacity. But it doesn't make a difference if the media keeps blacking us out. It's your life. It's our country. God bless you.